newest conspiracy.
Dummy. Conspiracy dummy.
Hey, welcome to Conspiracy Dummy, the conspiracy podcast where we go dumb and deep for conspiracy love. I am your host, Double D. Joining me on the podcast today, we have the the hard-headed, don't knock it till you try it, Nelson. What's up, my friend?
Hey, everybody.
And next we have this dude, man, he's too deep for an intro. Brandon, what's up, my friend?
Hey, what's up, man? What's good?
What's good? And on the ones and twos, making us all sound smooth, what it do? JC.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm here. Let's do this.
What do you guys want to talk about for conspiracies?
I think we can go all over the place, but I mean, obviously, we have a lot of conspiracies and stuff that's going on. We just had a big fucking explosion over in Lebanon, in the capital city. Right?
Dude, those videos are crazy, bro.
Have you seen the before and afters? Like, there's a ship that's docked, and then after there's no ship that's docked. What happened? It vaporized or what?
Yeah, dude, it had to have.
Well, yeah, I read something today that it was like, like 1/15th or 1/14th it was 1/25th of an atomic bomb, right? That we dropped on Hiroshima. Like that's the power that all those chemicals had. So I was like, wow, what the hell?
That shit's crazy, man. It looked like that too, man. Like a fucking hydro bomb, atomic bomb.
I mean, all I know, is that after seeing the video, I just knew there was going to be like a wave of headlines on like,
right,
what's going on, people asking questions and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, like those first 2 like weeks or something like that, I usually just kind of play it cool. I watch the headlines, I see who's posting, I'm seeing like what's going on that shit, and I'm like, all right, I feel like I gotta trust this homeboy that's posting this stuff. Let me follow his articles, because there's people out there, dude, they're just trying to get likes and shares, dude.
Oh yeah.
And it's trying, that's a tragedy, because
that's the problem with getting your info from social media.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but we'll talk about that. That's a whole.
I think that's the crux.
Right?
That's the whole crux.
That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
But look, let's talk about this, like the official story, right? We have the official story, and Dan's like, I mean, dude, soon as that shit happened, I'm like posting online. I'm like, yo, what was the real thing? Like, what's the real story, And I had a couple comments, and I know you had commented too. So, I mean, like, what do you think about the real story versus, these other?
I don't know, man, but I saw a video. Somebody posted about these little black specks flying around. It could be just dust on the camera, but they were saying UFOs right before the explosion went off.
What?
Yeah, man, there's like a video. If you, I don't know, pull it up.
Yeah. I'll see if I can pull that up.
Oh shit!
Shit. But yeah, man. But you're mentioning something right now about social media. I have this thing right now too, man, showing about how people get their news. I guess 18% say they mostly get their news from social media, 16% from the local news, another 16% from cable news, 25% from news from a website or an app, 13% from a network TV, 8% from radio, 3% from newspapers, and that 1% is NA.
Who reads newspapers?
Yeah, that's why I said it for real. But yeah, man. But again, they're saying that there's a U.S. study by this research center called Pew. They did a study on adults and who rely mostly on social media for news are less informed and exposed more to conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
but like opposed to like major news outlets.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit. Like,
yeah, that's
to me, like, so whenever the riots were going on and I wanted to find something out, I would immediately just go to Twitter, hashtag refresh. Bam. That's the real shit.
Right.
Remember when the last riots happened?
Yeah.
And I was on Reddit and they were telling all these lies. We got on Reddit. We're like, holy shit, that's different. Or even, you know what the best shit is, dude? Just check this out. Whenever shit's going down, open up Snapchat,
right? Yeah,
and then go to the little map shit, bro.
You just
click in the area, bro, and it tells you all the shit that's
sick.
going on around there, and that's fucking real time. So I don't know. I kind of trust. So there's two different forms, right? There's social media where you see on Facebook where people are posting these reaction sort of things that people take as news and they can't be faked.
Fake news?
Yeah, fake news, right? But it's different when it's like Twitter, you're searching real hashtags, and then these are like people in the community actually, putting out what's happening at the time. So I think it's like two different forms of social media really for news.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think with social media, the faster the better. Everybody's posting shit. It goes viral instantly.
I think like
Look at the thing with the Beirut, for example. That should
viral instantly. I mean, which is like
Videos
which is a horrible way to describe like that kind of thing. But that was the effect that happened.
Well, they don't have time to really fake shit, right? Or they don't have time to really lie about it, or even make up. I mean, I guess they did have an official story, but I mean,
what's the official story?
The official story is that there are some like chemicals that were stored improperly, and it was stored next to some fireworks like factory, and then that shit went off. Now, here's the thing. If you watch this bomb, one of the same type of accidents happened in Texas.
West Texas.
Yeah, it happened in Texas. In West Texas. And I'm watching, like, it's a big fucking difference, right? Texas, West Texas, Texas.
No, I mean, like, that's the name of the city.
This?
It's called West Texas.
Is it West
It
Texas?
is, yes.
Oh, shit. Okay,
it's like right before you get to Waco.
All right, cool.
It was a huge explosion.
And so if you watch that video and then you watch this one,
It's the
it has the
exact
same,
same.
the same like aftermath or whatever it's called, the aftershock and shit. It looks the exact same.
The shockwave.
Mm-hmm.
When was this? When was this? I don't remember.
This was like 2015, 2013.
Yeah, they even
2013.
rebuilt the whole part of 35. It was
Yeah.
a big old deal, man. It was crazy. It was in the news.
That was in 2013. It was a chemical plant too.
Yeah.
Or at least
Chemical
that
But
was the
I
story.
heard that there was an old ship that had been there for years and years. That was a Russian ship. It was full of waste of
Ammonium nitrate.
sulfate.
Ammonium nitrate. That's the chemical that's
Nitrate, and that's basically the shit they make out of fertilizers or something,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And that was just kind of sitting there in the harbor. Just they didn't know what to put it.
Well, what
I
else
guess,
do you make,
And
like-
it just boom.
Yeah, well, you also make explosives from fucking fertilizer too.
That's another conspiracy theory. That the motherfucker who made the fertilizer is like the same guy who made some kind of crazy chemical or something like that. That was used to like kill people. It's like strychnine or something. I don't know. I'm gonna look that up.
Oh shit! Pull that shit up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, man. Also, like in the news, I got some other headlines. I guess Dr. Fauci, him and his family need security because they're getting death threats. I guess many people are angry over his guidance over the COVID, and also there's opposing opinions with Trump, the Trump administration. I guess so. Death threats.
That's
crazy,
crazy.
man.
Dude, I pulled it up. I found it. It's his name is Fritz Haber. He's known as the father of chemical warfare, and he's a German chemist,
clearly
who got a Nobel Peace Prize, but he weaponized chlorine and other poisonous gases during World War I. I think when he was trying to figure out how to make this shit.
how to kill Jews and shit.
Yeah. Basically, he figured out how to make fertilizer from that or something. So it was like, it's really, I don't know, it's kind of connected.
That's
It's pretty
crazy.
savage, right?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Well, we got a lot of technology from that era. German.
Well, the Operation
Paperclip.
Paperclip was a huge conspiracy
yeah,
too.
Was that from the scientists coming here?
Yeah. Right after World War II, like our people went over there, got the American government went over there and got the.
That's not a conspiracy. That's
No, that's
already been
well known.
declassified,
That's
though.
well known.
It was
yeah.
a conspiracy.
They tried.
There we go.
The Americans tried to beat the Russians or the Soviet Union at the time to get a hold of them scientists, and they got a hold of some too, and probably what started their cosmonaut, or what do you call them over there? We have our NASA.
Well, they have cosmonauts over there,
Yeah.
but it's just their space program.
Well,
Space
this is one of those cases where I like it, where conspiracies turn out to be true.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
Not like
thing,
the
dude.
UFOs
That's the
or like
thing.
9/11.
Yeah,
Pretty
UFOs.
much everybody knows that.
Yeah.
They're there.
Oh yeah.
9/11. We're waiting.
It's
We're still waiting on
It's
those.
still some people that are like,
The Patriots.
Yo, I talked about this, like, as far as you were talking about Trump, and I was like, how can Trump really come back and win this shit? And I'm like, you know what he can do? If he told us, what's up with these UFOs? What happened to JFK?
Yeah.
What happened to MLK? And you know, who killed Selena, man? Like, what's up?
Shit, for
We already know who
really
killed
know.
Selena, bro.
Nah, it wasn't that bitch, man. She was too. You know.
Oh, you think she was like on the
some of MK Ultra, bro.
MK Ultra?
They fucking brainwashed that chick,
MK
bro.
Ultra nerd.
What is that, man? What is this?
Yeah, for real. Like, why all of a sudden? And they just saying the guy that shot John Lennon was kind of like all of a sudden, kind of like the same situation with Selena. You know,
who knows, man? What they put these people up against?
All those like singers and actors.
obviously, I'm not
and
comparing like Selena to like John Lennon and stuff, but I mean, obviously, they were both gunned down by some fucking seemingly random people.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely comparing though.
Yeah. Let me see. That's all I got for like news today. I don't know what else. Oh, the UFOs, Pentagon releasing that shit, man.
Yeah.
They said I think someone's quoted saying, I gotta get my notes, but someone's saying that we have vehicles or material from
Not of this world.
Otherworldly vehicles.
Yeah.
Like they have
Well,
a
that, like,
protocol for that.
That guy Bob Lazar was saying that shit back in the 50s or whatever.
For
Yeah,
real.
he was just.
He was
on
saying
Joe
that there was
the
that
other day.
material, whatever it was, that wasn't.
Just a matter of time before that conspiracy turns out to be true, right?
Yeah, man.
Well, now that it technically is because I mean
yeah.
that chemical that he talked about just showed up, you know, and it's actually like, you know, it's on the periodic table now, whatever. I forget what it's called.
I forget. Yeah,
Dude, imagine that 30 years of his life just being ridiculed, fucking fired and shit. I'm pretty sure he was fired from his job.
That's a lot of UFO abductees.
Well, people
and
that
shit.
meet him, they're like, I kind of think he's telling the truth because he's not really trying to prove anything to me. He's just like, look, this is what it is. If you don't fucking believe me, fuck off.
I
You
know, but just the
get my
trip that, 30 years later, you get validated by the Pentagon that they're true, they're real. It's
wow.
like,
Did you see
damn.
those videos?
Yeah, they're crazy, man. But those are like the
with
videos been like the tic tac kind of little videos, the little area
TikTok?
tic tac.
Tic Tac.
Bro, I
a
hate
little
those shits, bro. What is that?
The TikTok.
Why can't we have 4K now in the things? It doesn't make
Oh
any sense.
yeah,
bro.
and that's me. The little
What
screens
is
in the
this?
yeah. I don't know, but the people that
Why
are
is it
flying,
green?
yeah, I have no idea.
I don't understand either.
The people who are flying these aircraft, the Air Force, they're reporting them. All these reports are coming from them and stuff, and they have been. So the thing is, it gets to a point now, like people are questioning, like if it's not us, and if it's not like fucking aliens, then it could be someone spying over us and shit, like some foreign enemy or whatever.
Could be a time traveler too.
Could be us.
I tend to think that is much more like the case. Even though, like, I do kind of believe that there's intelligent life out there. What if these anomalies that we see that we can't, like, kind of explain are basically future beings from our own planet coming back and observing
That would be
us?
fucking badass. But
Wouldn't it,
it's
though?
more likely that it's another like country's, you know, aerial
Spy.
vehicles. or
I
some shit
tend to
like
think
that,
that's
right?
much more likely. It's like, yeah, very some
Because
kind
you
of
got to think
spy
like
shit.
crazy ass shit that, I mean, every single country wants to have the best like aerial and different kind of vehicles and weapons, right? And so why wouldn't they be testing them and maybe even flexing some muscle even, right?
Flexing.
Like they could just be flexing.
Flexing.
I really think that there's aliens without a doubt.
Oh yeah, me too.
For sure.
For sure.
I mean, if not in this galaxy, in the trillions of other galaxies.
But do you think
For
that
sure.
these sightings and all that kind of stuff are
It's kind of weird how they just
aliens from like you know outer space, or
It could
do you
be.
think they're like
I
some
mean,
high
what if
tech?
we're like a fossil rim nature preserve, sort of, that where people just come by and watch us in a primitive state where we're still arguing about borders and race and shit?
Man,
But it could be us. It could be time travelers, bro. Like it seems like you get all this activity when there's like something going on in the world, like a major event, war, on the brink of war.
Yeah.
Right now we're going with the pandemic and
So there would be
The
observers.
election.
yeah,
and
people
shit.
are just like these people.
I mean, in comic books, like especially in Marvel comics, every time that there's something like major happens, that guy with the big head, the Watcher, shows up. So they're like,
He's like,
"Oh
"What the fuck,
hell
y'all?"
no! I hate when this fool shows up because he's there to like scope out some messed up stuff."
but that's an interesting theory that it could be us from the future. Just like fuck, these motherfuckers are gonna fuck it up for ourselves, and then they go back, try to stop it. But you know, with that time travel shit, you can't interfere or really show yourself probably and stuff like so. They
Yeah.
stay hidden, but they're here on a mission to try to do something.
Well-
and if you think about aliens, dude, the description of the grays and shit with the big head, you know what I mean? It's like if you would think humans, how they would evolve 100 years from now.
For real. We wouldn't need to have sexual organs or nothing. It'd be all
Nothing.
big brain.
Well, I think it'd
Big
take
brains.
more than 100 years, you ask.
Way
Could
more,
be-
more than
could
like,
be, yeah,
like
you're right.
like
Thousands.
a million, like
But
a million
check
years of
this out.
evolution.
Like, so if we could come from the future, right? If we developed the technology to be able to come from the future, imagine what kind of tech that would take, right? Like if we could time travel, do you think we would have like the scientific technology to like create people? You know, like do you think that's the same level of technology? Like we can create like life, you know?
CRISPR?
Well, if
No,
we
I'm
could
just saying,
time
like-
travel, what if old boy Donnie went back in time in the future and created this explosion in Lebanon to distract them from the campaign?
I mean, damn, bro. That's the plot of Back to the Future Part 2,
No, all
bro.
I'm trying to say is that if we have the scientific technology to time travel, then more than likely we have the scientific technology to create people and create life, right? Just from scratch, right?
Clearly,
just to create something, right? I mean, it's so much, and so like, at what point if we can create life, then how are we distinguishable from like God, right? And then if people are time traveling, then maybe that's just God.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about like, even like Jules Verne, bro, was writing about time travel back in like the 1800s, man. Like the concept of that has been around so long. Have you ever think like an overdeveloped mind that wanted to stay out of like the public eye wouldn't have developed something like that by now? I mean, all comic books are based on something like that, right?
Yeah.
So like some kind of crazy like reclusive billionaire is like, you know what? In my garage, I'm gonna build a time machine and like influence freaking, you know, elections or assassinations or something like that.
But in real life, you have like hundreds of
Yeah,
those.
you're right. Yeah,
Well,
there's no
what
way
if-
you could get away with that in your garage. Yeah, for sure.
What if like the aliens that supposedly come visit us, like the Greys or something, what if they are time travelers from another galaxy? I mean, technically, they could be coming in from the Andromeda galaxy 1,000 years in the future.
That's if you do believe in the multiversal, like.
So wait. So not only did they come super far, they came super far and from the future.
Yeah.
Like from a different dimension. and
What
shit.
Well, I mean,
yeah, from the
amount
future,
of
yeah.
travel that it would take to get from Andromeda to here, you would definitely travel in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is time travel. You're
Well,
right.
wait a minute. They would travel in time relative to where they left, though. Not
Yeah,
where
yeah,
they got
not
here.
like. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So they're not. They're intergalactic.
So maybe they're
Interdimensional.
So
I mean,
maybe
they would
they're-
have to.
if they're probably old as fuck when they leave, and when they travel to where we are, they probably get young.
What?
Because of time travel. If you're traveling through space, dude.
You stay the same age, bro. You don't age. That's the time travel. That's the concept. Is that you move so fast.
But there's something that happened. And I don't know if it was in a Star Trek or some shit, but didn't like somebody get younger or
Yeah,
it was
man.
some kind
Yeah.
of
'Cause you're
Benjamin
traveling-
Button,
I think the
something?
person in the vehicle stays the same, but the
no.
people in the destination or where they were at.
That's what it is.
That's where
It's-
they notice
it's
the
like
change,
the twin,
perceived
like
time.
I don't know if it's like an allegory, what you call it, but like it's the twin that like, you know, one sets off on a spaceship that goes
Yeah.
like at the speed of light, and one of them
Like a
remains here on
conundrum?
Earth. And he, you know, the one comes back like 2 seconds later, and he's like the same age.
Yeah.
Having traveled like, you know, 40, 60 years worth of like, you know, distance in the future. I mean, not in space. He comes back, he's the same age because of like how fast he was traveling.
Bro, the
But his
concept of that shit
twin,
is crazy.
his twin has aged obviously since for being on Earth.
Wow.
The concept of that is crazy. I always thought about that, man. Like imagine, you know, like when we were looking up at the stars and stuff, how they're supposedly, you know, hundreds of thousands of light years away. All right, and so like, you know, when we're looking at the light, it's already hella old and it could
Yes,
be gone,
bro.
That's
You're
upsetting.
right.
But hear me out though, right? But like, does that change any from like if we're looking through like an observer telescope or something like that, or if we're looking through like if we're looking through the Hubble, right? Like, are we looking into the future?
Clearly,
right? And
yeah.
So like,
Or the past.
You're looking into the past.
right.
Yeah.
And then like, what if the Hubble or what if these telescopes get so strong to where we could see what's on the surface
As it
Like-
happens, right?
Like, so are we looking into the past at that point? Like, how does that fucking
We're
work?
looking into the past, but from their point of view, they're looking into the future.
Yeah, it's like it's
Fuck,
such
man,
a-
my fucking brain just
Bro,
exploded
it's
on
such
that
a weird
shit.
thing, like because you know it's okay. The
I don't know
lights-
if you. Yeah, I know you can't see the look on my face, but like it's like my face broke.
Time for another beer.
Well, I'm saying the light that comes off of it is hella old. But what if our telescopes get so strong to where we can instantly observe that shit?
I think,
then
like-
what are we looking at?
I think what we're gonna do is that. Well, I guess you still left with the same problem. Like you set up like some kind of satellite telescope, right? That then relays a signal back to you, but you still have a delay on the signal.
No. But let's just say like it was powerful enough to be instant. You know, like whatever means, right? Like, what are we looking at that point? Are we looking into the past or into the future, or are we traveling time? You know, that's kind of what I think. It's almost like we're time traveling at that point.
That is time travel
because we're observing something
that's
super old instantly. It's 200,000 light years away, regardless of if we could see it or not, right? And if we can observe something that's 200,000 light years right in our own reality, then that means that we've traveled to the past to view that, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like that scene in Contact where they. Well, I mean, it is. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it is.
I liked it.
But it did introduce some wild like things. Like, okay, so like the thing that popped off like movie Contact was what they heard, right? It was like that signal, and the signal ended up being like the Nazi salute from the Olympics, which was like the very first TV broadcast, right? It was the live first like TV broadcast. So like,
was a Nazi salute?
Was like, well, at the Olympics and stuff like that. I think that was like the first TV broadcast thing.
So imagine
and so
that.
Like they obviously that happened like what in 19 whatever something 30 something.
But imagine that signal, that first signal.
And so like they send it back in the year whatever 19 something,
man.
50 years later. So they're saying like that shit came back 50 years later. So it took it that long to get there, but it came back so fast. I mean, like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Imagine their first signal, what they got was a Nazi salute. So wherever the fuck out there, that's what they think of us.
I mean, yeah, I know, right?
So out there you got space Nazis, probably fucking like, oh, they're like this primitive.
Welcome to Earth. We worship a dictator.
It's like fucking Hitler didn't die. He made it to fucking space.
Man,
He's
you know
coming
what?
back.
Real.
You know,
That's what's
That'd be
crazy
a
about
crazy
that.
If they wanted to study us, and that's like the first thing they got was some Nazi salute shit.
But it
And
was
they're
the
like-
Olympics. But it was like
TV commercials.
I think it was the Olympics though. Like
that'd be the best fucking movie, dude. Like, imagine if it was like Independence Day, right?
Yeah, right, like,
they're
that's what
getting
it-
some symbols, some signals and shit, and then it's fucking the Fuhrer on a fucking spaceship, bro.
And then they
coming
just keep
down.
getting, like,
That would
Nazi
be
signals.
Insane.
we're fuck that. We're gonna go take over this
All
fucking planet. Fuck
jacked
that
up
shit.
on ice and shit. You know, that's basically how like what's that Wolfenstein is, right?
Wolfenstein,
Yeah, Wolfenstein, where like Hitler's all fucking, you know, controlling zombies and crazy space shit. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I sometimes wonder if like Hollywood is trying to tell us something through
Well,
these
I mean,
choice of movies, right? Like,
Yo,
it's
it
like
really
from the
is, dude.
Wachowski to Steven Spielberg to all these other.
Are they
Does
trying
life
to tell us?
Does life imitate art, or does art imitate life? You know what
Where
I
do
mean?
they get the inspiration from?
I mean, a lot of shit in history is even more fucked up than like what you probably see on fucking movies and shit.
Nah,
Or
but
that you
what
read
he's
about.
saying is like these, like for instance, like Alien, for instance, right? Like how did what's his name, Ridley Scott? Like how did you even come up with the look of one of those motherfuckers? Man?
They have like xenomorph
there's
like creatures on Earth.
There's an
and shit.
artist. I
That
forgot
shit
his
looked
name.
like an alien, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you think an alien would look like?
That's, you know, that whole style of Alien. There's an artist that made that.
H.R. Geiger.
That's his name. Yeah,
Bro,
and out
that
of that,
motherfucker's sick.
he's sick, bro. And out of that, you get a whole kind of like genre of tattoos called
he make more
bio.
aliens?
What's it called? Biomechanics or something like that.
Yeah, where they go into your skin. It looks like it's in your skin
dude,
and shit.
Yeah, so like a lot of that shit's kind of influenced from him.
That's true, man.
Yeah, but you know, like you know, with those movies and even like music videos, I go back to what Nelson was saying is like they give us little subliminal hints and stuff like that. And recently I was watching this little YouTube. It was crazy about, you know, the pedophilia and all that shit was going on,
yeah, man.
and how like a lot of these artists are, you know, putting little signs in their stuff to, you know, show that they were taken advantage of. And like Justin Bieber has this crazy music video he came out with not too long ago. And if you put it in like slow motion, there's all kind of crazy triangle and symbols and all kind of crazy stuff. you
Yeah,
know?
they're all doing that, man. A lot of these celebrities are I think that's just what sells now, bro. It's just that mysticism of fucking demonic or devil shit. You know what I mean? That's always been around. Look at
Since
rock.
it's popular, they try to do the Illuminati
Well,
shit.
yeah, man. But if you think
Yeah.
about like fucking rock bands back in the day, like Kiss or fucking Black Sabbath and shit,
Making
that's
it
what they're all
DC.
about. It works. Marilyn Manson.
The occult.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
they be they do all that kind of shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
It's the same. It's even like, and I hate to say like maybe Christian rock is the same thing, but obviously these fools are like making cash off Jesus.
Oh
and,
yeah.
and God or whatever they're, you know what I mean? Like gospel music obviously came from like some real fucking like grassroots fucking like soul shit. But like Christian music, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like,
You know what, bro? That's some really smart shit.
Yeah.
And I thought, because if you watch some of these like demonic movies, you can go on Netflix and watch all that horror shit. Like if you look up those symbols that they use on the internet, it's some real shit. Or I'm not as real as they say it is, but I mean, you can look it up and reference it to like some crazy like demonic symbol or something. So it's like, why are they using those? Does it mean something, or are they just trying to make money off of it? You know, that's some real shit.
I read a stat that it said somewhere that if we tax churches, everybody would be taxed at a 4% rate instead of the 30, 20, 15, whatever normally.
We can tax that ass. You know?
right?
Yeah, real shit.
I mean, I honestly think like if Jesus was a dude, he wouldn't be like why y'all giving the money to church? Like, why y'all taking money from people?
real shit, bro.
Like, give money to people.
That's a scam, bro.
Yeah, it really is. It doesn't make any sense. I be trying to tell people like, all these crazy televangelists that have all this money. And back in the day, people used to be like, you know, they got a job, they should be rich. But it's like, nah, motherfucker. Like Jesus he wasn't rich for a reason. Like he gave up all, and even like in Siddhartha and shit, like in the books, like he gave all his shit away and then became poor and was a beggar. Like you can't be rich and be like this crazy man of God like that, you know, like a teacher, in my opinion.
Yeah, just like rock stars and just like people who do Christian music, they're using that platform,
genre, yeah.
the genre. Same thing as like preachers and people like that, dude. They're using that to gain wealth.
Yeah, dude.
It's the same
Power-
thing.
power
They're
and
using
wealth.
it. It's the same.
Not just wealth, because they have power over people too.
Oh, yeah.
People's hopes and dreams and fears and everything they control.
Look at the Vatican, bro.
Yeah, I don't think you should be able to do that, you know? Like obviously you want to live, you know, but you have to, you know, you have to use the Bible as an example, and you have to use Jesus as an example if you're going to try to walk in those kind of footsteps and try to spread that word, you know. I just don't think you should be a fucking millionaire and
With a private jet and shit.
yeah, I just don't agree.
Dude,
yeah.
Jesus,
I don't agree, dude.
Jesus was a hippie, bro. Fucker had long hair, wore sandals,
Probably smoked weed.
banged bitches with hairy armpits. Fucking.
We don't know that.
Yeah, I do, bro. What kind of 32-year-old don't fucking bang bitches with hairy armpits, bro?
Or smoke weed.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, dude.
Or
dude,
that's a carpenter.
dude, that fool laid wood, bro.
I carpenter that pussy.
He was carving it. He's carving it up. He's carving it.
He was the first fucking rug muncher, bro.
Bro, you remember that cup, Jesus' cup in Indiana Jones?
Indiana
bro?
Jones, yeah.
Tell me he wouldn't fucking munching with that cup, bro.
I bet you that fool was like, yeah.
And that's some tripped out shit, bro. When you go to church, you have to drink his blood and eat his
I
flesh.
never did that shit, bro. That's
some-
vampirism, bro.
For reals,
What
man.
is that?
I have no clue,
I
bro.
never did that either.
Bro, you have to
Dude,
say some like weird thing and then
Oh, yeah.
you break his body up and share it amongst the people and drink his blood. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. If you do it, you're
saved.
down, bro. You're down with him, bro. That's what he says.
Bro,
He
what kind of
told you
logical
because he said,
shit
look,
is that?
he told you like he knew when he got his homeboys together. He's like, look, do this in memory of me. Here's this cup. Do this
How do
because
you
I
know
told
he
you
said
so.
that? How do you know he said that?
Because it's in red.
That's what it
motherfucker.
says.
It's
That's the
written in
ritual,
red,
dog.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Why else
it
would we
was
do
written
it?
in a book that
It's
was
written in
like
red, bro.
passed down from generations, mouth to mouth, and then eventually written down and then revised
So
like
you have to
bro,
say,
seven
but you know what?
times.
But
This is why I say
It was this-
supposedly, Joaquin, before everything supposedly.
Right, yeah. So, but I mean, like, it was the same way too. Like, when he was on the hill with the Beatitudes, he was just kind of like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm just open my mouth, and you know, I'm gonna say this stuff. And he ended up spouting off a lot of legit stuff. And I think like that supper, like that breaking the bread and drinking my blood, I think that was like off top. I think he was like, you know what?
It's not a little weird to you, bro?
I think it is weird, bro. I think it's
Oversharing?
weird, but like when you share with like 12 homeboys, you get to go out. I mean, y'all get the same tattoo. If not, just drink each other's blood. I mean, like I don't know. It's like it's
man, what the
Roman
fuck?
times,
Well,
bro.
last episode,
Jesus was a G, bro. Like he was down. He's like, hey, y'all down? Let's do this.
It's like the blood. What is it? When
It's becoming blood brothers. Yeah,
becoming
exactly.
blood brothers. Got to cut each other's hands.
maybe
and
we
shit.
Exactly, bro. It's like gang. It's like gang stuff, bro.
Well, last episode, Double D was talking about John Allegro, the sacred mushroom and the cross.
Oh, yeah.
What if that eat my flesh is not like Jesus' flesh? Because that's fucking
The flesh of a
Zombie
mob.
eating shit.
Obviously,
I'm not gonna eat no zombie, but what if it's like the flesh of a mushroom that gets you psychedelic trips and lets you walk on water and some other kind of shit?
I guess I'm having a hard time understanding why you guys think he's actually referring about eating my body and drinking blood.
Because anytime someone says that, it's a little weird,
That's
bro.
like a cult, bro. That's
Right.
like some
Yeah, that's
cult
a cult.
shit. I
So,
ain't want
like-
to eat no zombie.
But the last
Like,
time I
this
went to
guy-
church, they
Yeah, I guess you're right.
The last time I was when I was dating that Asian chick, remember? And she took me, and they were having communion, and the guy he was like, "Yeah, by the way, if you ain't Christian, don't do this shit, you know, because it can mean real bad for you." I was like, "So tell me that's not some weird shit, man."
No, they just tell you have to go do a certain thing.
Yeah,
Nope,
before
bro.
you
yeah,
can
take
do
their
it.
classes.
You got
and
to,
get
yeah.
you
Bro,
brainwashed.
no, he's dead serious. They could bring it by. I used to be like, "No, I'm good. Wave my hand. I'm not trying to eat a nigga body and shit, bro." First of all, that shit, you know, come on, man.
It's old.
Pass.
Yeah, some,
I think it
Plus,
was,
I'm on a keto diet.
Yeah, bro, I can't be having.
I
these
think
crackers,
honestly,
man.
I think
Carbs.
really what he was just trying to be like, I want y'all to break bread and remember me.
but I believe that's like a pagan ritual.
It might be.
That's,
man.
that's,
It
that
is.
came before Jesus' time too.
Yeah, it's
So-
like
I mean, modern evangelism, what we consider it today, I think it's more like a tool. Like, for
Yeah.
example, old boy Donnie used it. I promise you that fucker don't believe or read the Bible. He just sides on that side because, you know, that's his side. And he's got to go with what his peeps say to get supports and prayers and donations and shit.
Man, I think it's on even further than that, man. I think it's like this dude knows he's all he has to do is just go on TV and say the things he wants to say. You know what I mean? Like spread his message. Like stay on script. He's gonna stay on script, and he's just like, I don't really have to answer these fools' questions. All I got to do is just talk.
Like that one video. You see that shit the other day?
Oh, he's trolling.
You
bro.
see
Oh,
that shit?
dude, that
shit is
interview.
crazy.
Yeah, the interview. He's like, yeah, it's like whatever.
Just see the next night and that same night and the next morning he came back on Fox News and he had like easy questions and
Yeah.
easy interviews like, oh yeah, we show that you're beating your opponent by like 20 points.
Bro, what that guy was from Australia, right? That's real. That's how you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Like he did, like, you know, push
Well,
back. You know,
That's why I like foreign reporters.
Foreign,
they,
yeah,
they,
dude.
they tend to
Playing
have more
around.
balls than
I
like
do- I
the
don't-
American ones.
At least they cover it like less like
Propaganda.
yeah, you know what I mean? They're less
'Cause I
defeat.
feel like American reporters, they have their agenda. Hey, you're either blue or you're red. You
Yeah.
can't really be independent.
oh yeah, they get
Well, it's because they're
told what
owned
to-
like that.
Yeah,
They're owned like that,
and
man.
they'll get snicks.
Well, I tend to watch DW News, which is like a German news outlet, and it's someone foreign, someone that really has no interest in or say what happens, because a lot of shit that's in the news is just to drive the stock market.
Yeah, real shit. I agree with you. I watched this. Hey, pour up, fellas. I watched this one called The Rational National. His name is David Dole. He's a Canadian guy, and I kind of watch him because he gets on the left and he gets on the right. He's not really, you know, I wouldn't even necessarily call him a centrist, but he just calls it like he sees it, right? And that's the kind of news I watch. I mean, you believe it or not, it's incredibly difficult to find unbiased media.
For real.
I mean, it's like just trying to find, you know, what are the actual facts about Donald Trump? What are the good things that he's done? What are the bad things that he's done? That shit's so hard to find.
I'll say this. I think if Hillary won the election, Epstein would still be alive.
Right?
And who knows, man? Like shit, that shit's crazy. That whole ordeal, man. But
You watching Netflix?
yeah, I
Especially-
watched a little bit of that thing, but it could be a little bit biased. No, I think was it from what I
You-
heard.
You know
I didn't
what's-
watch it
You
all.
know what's
though.
fucked up about it? is that like they didn't really get into what happened, right? I mean, these are grown
that's what I'm saying,
women
like-
explaining what happened, and they'd be like, yeah, and you know, I went and I visited Epstein 15 more times. No, bitch, what happened? Like,
Yeah,
did you suck
that's
his
what I'm saying,
dick, or
like,
like, did you know, was Galen bending you over? Like, what? Give me the stories. I felt like they didn't really lead us.
They didn't
you
go
know.
in depth with.
Yeah, like what the fuck happened? You know, they skipped around a bunch.
There's so many people that visit that island too, man. Like they all probably need to be questioned. I think all those fucks.
No man, anyone on that
Anyone.
fucking manifest, you know,
For real.
From was it Clinton's, the Will
The
Smith,
maid.
all
everyone.
kind of shit, dude. I mean, it's, but yeah, that documentary was inadequate for me. Not necessarily I know they did what they did, but it's just like I know they have more info, and they censored the fuck out of the documentary, you know. And I don't know, I didn't really like that.
Like also, like I think just a few days ago, they released some documents of hers too, and it was like a list of fucking politicians, bro, Democrat
yeah.
and Republican.
So I haven't. Is that fake? You
Well,
know,
the thing is, I don't know. I looked into some of those names. They're old cases though. Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah, I
real.
saw
They're
that.
legit. Like they're really.
it was some in Texas, right? I
Yeah,
looked this
yeah.
up.
But there's, you know, the charge was real. Some of them are dead too. You know, I think there was one dude that was dead, and it's just bringing up old news. And like me personally, I don't give a fuck, dude. I want the big fish, bro. I want to know who the.
I think it's another case of those. I think viewership, subscribers, like everything, dude. I think it's
Mentions.
driven, like even like the kind of shit that gets released, that we're allowed to know, like they hide it around other fucking shit, like you say, smoke screens, right?
Yeah, distractions, bro.
And so like there is like the argument that they're causing stuff as all these like people become fucking like, you know, arrested and indicted and going on trial and stuff like that. Boom, all of a sudden there's a bomb. You know what I mean? Like I'm not
That's
saying
what I'm
that's
saying.
related.
Well,
I'm not saying that's
dude.
related, but like
I said that shit too, man. I said that in the past. Like, I wouldn't doubt it that some motherfucker put this virus out there because they just knew this investigation was going down, and they were like, "What the fuck can I do to stop this shit from going on?"
It's so
And it
deep,
did.
bro.
It did for a while, but I think right, like after months, and then with you know George Floyd's death and stuff, and people protesting and all that shit, and that too, the media and all that shit pushing that shit too, man. Like, who knows what's going on with that, you know? But I think there's all these agendas, all these things going on just to like a smokescreen, like you said, just covering up or distracting people from what's really going on.
Here's what the biggest agenda is, man. Like, you know, I think they're going to try to put all of this on Epstein and Maxwell, right? And that kind of concerns me a little bit, because if they can make Epstein and Maxwell look like just total monsters, like they were in control of everything, like
Scapegoats.
they were the leaders of it all, then whoever the fuck is out there doing that right now goes away scot-free.
That's what I'm saying. Like the list of people, because people know what's going on. They know, so they just have to give names. And yeah, who knows if you're gonna hear about the real motherfuckers behind all this shit, dude? To be honest with you, that's a reason why that judge's fucking husband and son. I think it was the son was killed, and the
the
husband's
son
like
got
critical-
killed,
Yeah.
and the dad and
That's-
the husband was blasted.
That's gangster shit, but that's on
Someone just walked up there, bro.
That's
That
Godfather
was wearing
level, bro.
a
They do it in front of
uniform,
everybody.
bro.
Everybody knows about it. Everyone knows it's gonna happen, and it fucking still happens. But you know who they think it is? They think it's that the guy who is Epstein's like only client, that
Victoria's
Victoria's
Secret?
Secret
Yeah,
guy, that
yeah.
motherfucker. You know,
because there were
that's-
some women that came out saying that he was involved with that shit. Like he was one of the people that these girls were serving, I guess.
Bro, you an old creepy ass nigga, an old man
That's what I'm
that
saying. man.
runs Victoria's Secret. You mean to tell me you ain't fucking those bitches so they can get on the runway, bro?
He's gonna put you on, right?
Do you
Like
know?
that.
Do you really think that he's not fucking every single one of those bitches that get on the runway?
For
Yeah,
real.
for real.
You want to make it on
Victoria's
the cover?
Secret?
Yeah.
That changes your life. I guarantee you, Tom Brady wife fucked that motherfucker, bro. Ooh. I guarantee you.
You heard it here first.
Ain't even that fine, bro.
We find out. If we find out later that this shit went down, like
Bro,
Brandon
yeah,
broke
yeah,
that shit first, bro. We have your opinion.
Actually, I
on that
think we need to end this episode right now.
Hey, you guys want to play a game?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
play a
let's
game.
go.
All right.
shit. For sure.
All right.
The lesser of three evils. All right, guys. I just made this shit up real quick. Okay, you have to choose out of three. Get anal probed by aliens, fuck a Bigfoot, or be a human sacrifice.
Human sacrifice.
Fuck up Bigfoot.
I'm definitely going with the anal probe by aliens.
We got three different people, three different answers and shit.
I mean, I've already
Start with yours. Start with yours, Smokey. Why? Why did you choose that?
I mean, I think like once you become a human sacrifice, you're
dead.
no, I mean, well, yes, you are dead. You are done in terms of life, but you have fulfilled your purpose. Like everybody goes through life. What is my purpose? My purpose was to be sacrificed, and I'm done. Boom, I'm out.
Drop mic.
I'm done. Sacrifice me to keep the world spinning, or whatever it is that they convince me of. You know what I mean?
All right, Brandon. What about you?
Yo, so like, it's just a couple things. One, I don't know if I can fuck Bigfoot because like I can't. How you gonna get it up?
Yeah, right.
And if you're not gonna fuck, if you're not gonna fuck Bigfoot, Bigfoot's gonna fuck you. That might kill you anyway. It's like a sacrifice. One, I don't want to be sacrificed. What was that fucking movie where they chop their fucking heads off? That, you know what I'm talking about?
Apocalypto.
Man, bro. I seen that shit. That shit looks scary as fuck, bro. And so my only option is, I mean, the anal probe by aliens, bro. Men get anal
That's some
probes.
gay shit. I'd rather bone Bigfoot.
I understand that, but you're gonna have to get anal probed soon when you turn like 40, 45. So you might as well just get used to
anal
it.
probe
And you find out that aliens exist. What? And you might have some kind of weird alien.
What if they
technology
do
in
some
your
implants
sphincter?
up of when they're in there?
And they're probably not probing you with the penis or anything, bro.
Yeah.
They're probably
Obviously, they're not probing with any penises and
It's
shit.
like one
That's
of
called,
those- don't
that's
have
called
any-
sodomy.
No, bro. It's one of those Star Trek, like, what do they call the medical devices where it just
Yeah.
beeps around your head? They're like, oh, you
It's a scanner.
Yeah, you got a fever or some shit, you know?
What do they call that? Yeah.
Who knows? I've already probably banged Bigfoot.
Oh yeah, what's up, man?
For all you know.
Tell us, Nelson, what's up?
Yeah. How? Okay.
I've already
What
done
the
it.
heck? What?
Probably already done it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be so hard.
Yeah, it was not. There was a chick that you used to bang that was probably hairy, right?
Mayhaps.
Right.
Half breeds.
Actually, I remember now. I know her name. I'm not gonna say it though.
No, mayhaps.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, what is the ultimate conquest other than saying like, I fucked a fucking Bigfoot, bitch? The fuck you use your pussy like compared to a fucking Bigfoot, bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to fuck the ultimate shit.
Hey, who knows? I mean, maybe they did back then. If Bigfoot is a real species or whatever it is, what if they did breed with humans? Who's to say they haven't already done that before?
That's true. I think I would pick that too, my friend. I would have fucked the Bigfoot. That's like easiest way out. A female Bigfoot.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god,
bro.
no.
She'd be,
come all over
she'd
the
be
titties and
hairy as
shit.
fuck, and she would probably smell like shit. But
It's
I'll
only
still
one
hit it.
Bigfoot, bro.
Yeah.
It's only if Bigfoot's like 200 years old.
Yeah,
bro,
like it's
just
like a one Bigfoot.
Hey, but I gotta do it tied and shit.
But this ain't the Hills Have Eyes.
Can't
it's
be
like a
free
whole
to like
family of
bone me.
Bigfoot.
You know.
You have to be like. You mean you have to be restrained in order to do this?
No, he's got.
Oh,
be
they-
restrained.
Yeah, Bigfoot's
Bro, that's
just,
even like more fucking shady than before.
Bro, Bigfoot's just not gonna let you fuck him.
Yeah, clearly.
You're gonna have to rate Bigfoot. Now we're back to the whole.
That's why he's
Me too.
hiding. He's in hiding for that,
yeah,
bro.
you would have to.
That's what you can't find a Bigfoot, bro. He's afraid
He's
of
scared
getting
of
fucking,
being-
yeah, he's afraid of getting raped.
Bro, but it's the Me Too movement nowadays, so he can just come out. You
I know,
real
man.
quick. No one's gonna touch or fuck Bigfoot.
I mean, people are gonna be like, "Yeah, me too, Bigfoot."
Dummies.